Okay, so in the last class, we were discussing about the type of equation of this nature plus u del x okay. Now suppose we have to write this equation in 3D, then we can extend this equation in 1D, in 2D plus u del t del x plus v del t del y alpha del 2t del x2 plus alpha del 2t del y2. And similarly in 3D, it is just a simple straightforward extension plus u del t del x plus v del t del y plus w del t del z to alpha del 2t del x2 plus del 2t del y2 plus del 2t del z2. Okay, and all these are for incompressible fluid. Incompressible okay. And this u, v, w are the velocity components. You can write u I cap plus v j cap plus w k cap. Okay, so this is a x component of the velocity, y component of the velocity, and w component of the velocity. Now, if you want to discretize this at ijk, now in 3D it is ijk. So everything has to be done at ijk. Okay, so all these things will be at ijk. Similarly, this complete thing will also be at ijk. Okay, in this case, in this case, it is a 1D, so it will be at I. This will be at I, and this again will be at I. Okay, so how do you discretize this one? Suppose 1D case, how we did? So we have taken either implicit or explicit scheme. Okay, so either implicit or explicit. Okay, so just I'm writing. So this can be again can be written like, I'm just simplifying it, plus whatever this u is again calculated at I. Okay, so that need to be emphasized. This is again calculated at I. Alpha del 2t del x2. This is calculated at I. This is also at I. If this is a function of temperature or something, if this is a constant, then again it's a constant. So throughout the domain, it will be constant. Suppose this is a domain, and these are the grid points. Now suppose this u is constant, means u is everywhere same u. Alpha everywhere alpha is same. Okay. If this u is not same, u is changing from point to point, then we have to consider that. Okay. So ui, now you will have to specify ui. Okay. If it is known, then you need not to. It's just everywhere it is same. Whichever is I, at every I location, u value will be same, alpha value will be same. If u and alpha are constant, they will be same. If not, then they will vary with respect to point to point. Okay. In general, alpha is always constant. In general, most of the cases, alpha is constant. So alpha you can consider as constant. Ui cannot be a constant. Okay. So when you want to discretize this particular part, the discretization depends upon. Here you can simply use Euler scheme. Okay. But for this case, if ui is greater than 0, means you have to take this dt dx I has to be converted, discretized like this. Ti minus ti minus 1 divided by delta x. Okay. So suppose you have this I point, this is I plus 1, and suppose this is I minus 1. Then based on the direction of the velocity, if ui is positive, then you have to take this backward difference. And if it is coming from other side, then you have to take this forward difference. Okay. Because the information is coming from that direction. So you have to take that. So if ui is less than 0, now since sign is taking care, we have to just consider forward difference. Forward difference means forward point and the previous point. Okay. Del t del x I will be discretized as t I plus 1 minus ti divided by delta x. Okay. Note down these indexes. Okay. So you have to be careful about that. Similarly, if it is a 2D problem, then what will do? If it is a 2D problem, say this is a 2D problem, then say this is a 2D problem. So in that case, you will get v component of the velocity at that ij location. Now ij will come into picture because it's a 2D problem. So that ij location will come into picture, and del t del y at ij will come into picture, and that alpha del 2t del x2 plus another diffusion term del 2t del y square will come into picture, and that again at ij. So here uij, and here ij will come, and here you will have to see ij and ij. Everywhere you will have to put j. Okay. So if there is a jth point also, okay, so there will be j plus 1 and j minus 1 in that case. So then for Vij, you have to again come back, and for Vij, if Vij is greater than 0, then what will do? then del t, del x, ij should be discretized. Del t, y. Here is a y. So this has to be discretized in y direction. So in y direction, again it is greater than, so it is going up. Up is positive, so like that. So ti j minus ti j minus 1 delta x delta y. And then next, similarly, vij, if vij is less than 0, then del t, del y will be a forward difference. So ti j plus 1 minus ti j divided by delta y. Similarly, you can extend this to 3D problem. Okay. Now, in all these cases, this ui is not assumed to be constant. Okay. It is varying. It is not known. Okay. U and v is not known. U and v is not known. In above cases, u, v, and w are not known. So the question is, how do we get, unless we get these values of u, v, w, unless we get the values of u, v, w, unless we get the values of u, v, w, we cannot solve above equation. So we need equations for u, v, w and w. Okay. How do you get this? These are Navier-Stokes continuity equation. Continuity equation gives us, for continuity equation for incompressible flow. In this course, we will be considering only incompressible flows. Incompressible flows. Continuity equation will be del u del x plus del v del y plus del w del z equals to 0. Okay. So this is one equation. Now, in the first class, in the beginning, now there are three variables and one equation. Okay. So there are three variables, one equation, so not solvable. It means that not solvable. So if there are three variables, we need three equations. Okay. So what, where these equations come from? So these equations come from conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum. Okay. Now x momentum. X momentum gives us these equations. What are those? For x momentum, the equations looks like this. So let me write for 3D. Del u del x plus v del u del y plus W del U del G is equals to minus 1 by rho del P del X plus nu del square U del X square plus del square U del Y square plus del square U del Z square. So this is the equation for U. Everywhere you have a U velocity. So you have U velocity. So this is equation for U. But there is some one more variable is coming, that is pressure. This is a source term which drives this flow. Okay, this pressure gradient drives this flow. This is a source term. And this is your diffusion term. These are your all convection terms and these are transient term. Similarly, Y momentum. Y momentum will give del V del T plus U del V del X. Del V del Y plus W del V del Z equals to minus 1 by rho del P del Y plus nu. You can write this del square V and Z momentum. But let me write in an expanded form so that and from Z momentum we'll get this term. So this is equation number 2. This is equation number 3. And this is equation number 4. Now from equation 1 you can get U. From equation 2 you can get from equation 2 you can get U. From equation 3 you can get V. From equation 4 you can get W. Okay. And the another variable is left, that is pressure. Now this pressure is a problem in incompressible flow. Okay. Now this is not known. We have now 4 variables, 4 equations, but one more variable came, pressure. And this pressure variable usually will come in this continuity equation. Okay. Through the density. Okay. Pressure is connected to the density. So, but for inconstant flow, you do not see pressure here. Okay. So this is the problem here. When you want to calculate UVW, you have this pressure unknown. These are unknown terms. Okay. So this pressure, we have to calculate this pressure such a way that it satisfies the continuity. Okay. So here the pressure is unknown in this incompressible flows. Now you have all the equations. You have the how many equations you have, and the other equation that I'll again write here. Now that energy equation, so that is called as energy equation. Okay, that convective diffusion equation. What was that? Del T plus U del T del X plus V del T del Y plus W del T del Z equals to so here there is no pressure term. Okay, for incompressible flow, you don't get any pressure work term. So only you have that alpha. Okay. So once you calculate U, V, W, you can calculate this tree because this U will be known, V will be known, W will be known. So you can calculate finally U temperature. But the question is how to calculate UVW. For calculating UVW, you have four unknowns and three equations. So this pressure is unknown. Okay, we need to have an equation for pressure, and this pressure field. So for incompressible flow, the pressure is unknown. The pressure gradient term, pressure gradient term is unknown. Okay. This pressure field need to be calculated such a way that the continuity equation satisfies. Okay. So we need to find out initially the pressure field which will satisfy the velocity field, that is the continuity equation, and that pressure field will be brought into the picture. Okay. So this pressure velocity coupling is needed to be ensured. Okay. And this pressure velocity coupling comes through this continuity equation. And long back when these equations were there, these equations were supposed to be unsolvable. because you had a three variables and four variables and three equations, and pressure was unknown. So Patankar gave algorithm gave which is called as simple SIMPLE, semi implicit method for pressure linked equations, okay, which is called a semi implicit method. To ensure this pressure velocity coupling. To pressure correction equation. Through pressure correction equation. Correction. This is correction. Okay. So make a note of this. You wanted to calculate UVW, and to calculate UVW, you need equations, and you had this continuity equation, X momentum, Y momentum, G momentum equation to calculate UVW. But in these four equations, nowhere there was P term. But we know that P term is connected to the continuity equation through the density. But for incompressible flow, there is no density. So that is how Patankar gave an insight that if we find a pressure field which can essentially satisfy this continuity equation, then that pressure field can be used in these equations, and we can get the correct values of U, V, W. Okay. So in this you will have to use guess and correct approach. Okay. This is called a guess and correct. You have to guess, then correct, and get the final values of UVW. Okay. So you should be aware about this problem. Okay. This was the problem lying there, and Patankar and DB Spalding, they came up with this a simple algorithm which essentially solved this problem of solving incompressible flows. If the flow is compressible, then you have density term here. So you can directly for compressible flows. I'll just write a note here. For compressible flows, for compressible flows, pressure can be calculated from uh, pressure can be calculated from can be calculated from some relationship, that is ideal gas relationship, ideal gas relationship, ideal gas like relationship. Okay. And the continuity equation will give you density from continuity equation that can be obtained, and then you can calculate the pressure, and directly you can substitute that pressure, and substitute this pressure, substitute this pressure into u, v, and w momentum, x momentum, y momentum equation, x momentum, y momentum, and z momentum equation, and get the values. So there is no assumption about that. There is no assumption in compressible flow. You have a direct relationship with pressure. You get these values. Once you get the values of density from continuity equation, get the values of pressure, put in the x momentum equation, y momentum, z momentum, get the values of EVW, and solve. Okay. Rho can be calculated and can be substituted directly in this x momentum, and UVW can be directly obtained in case of compressible flows. So compressible flows are relatively easy in terms of algorithm to solve, and incompressible flows are were tricky and are still tricky to solve. So understanding that basic how to get over that trick is a particular part of fluid flow problems. Okay. So our main focus will be on these equations: continuity equation, momentum equation, and if you have to calculate this, you can essentially calculate later on. Okay, so right now we'll focus mostly on above equation, and we will not consider this. It can be straightforwardly considered. We already seen the methods to calculate this. Okay, so most of the cases we'll just go ahead with x momentum, y momentum, and j momentum and continuity equation, and we'll try to find out the solution for these equations. Okay, so one of the method I will discuss, that is simple method, how we can calculate, discretize the equations. Okay, I just wanted you to see everything in whole perspective, so that what is the main crux. Okay. You should be in a position to write all these equations. Okay, remember these equations such a way that you are in a position to write these equations. Now in this online era, you might not be remembering anything. Okay, you might be just thinking that you can always refer your notes and solve the answers, but don't do that. Because it will not help you in the sense long-term memorization. So please try to do the things on your own. Okay. So I have some time, some 10 minutes. So I'll just so there were problems regarding this equation. So initially people were thought that this pressure term is unknown. So what should be done? Okay, so people started thinking of avoiding this pressure term itself. If you avoid this pressure term from this equation by some mean, some reasonable mean, it's not like you just let it cut it by some logical means. if you can remove these pressure terms from these equations, then you have a straightforward equation and then you can solve. Okay. So the people started thinking about such methods, and essentially people have used methods. One of the method, very popular method, is called as vorticity stream function method. Okay. So to circumvent, to avoid calculation of pressure, okay, some methods are used like vorticity stream function. Vorticity stream function. Okay. What is vorticity? Vorticity omega is nothing but the cross product. It's a curl of a velocity field. Okay. So what is this curl of a velocity field? You can write this curl of a velocity field is nothing but determinant of I, j, k, and you have del x. These definitions are there. You should refer again, and you have x component of velocity, y component of velocity, and w component of velocity. So if you take a determinant of this, then you are going to get I del w del y minus del v del g and minus j, that you have del w del x minus del u del z, and finally you have plus k del v del x minus del u del y. So suppose we want to solve for 2D. Okay, so for 2D case, what will we have? For 2D case, this W will be 0. So wherever W is there, we can neglect that, and then finally we can, and again del Z and del G will be 0. So wherever del G is there, we can neglect, and finally we see that we get only this. This need to be capped. So these are vectors, unit vectors. So like del v del x minus del u del y. Okay. So this is the final. Okay. And I'm just, since I'm taking 2D, I'm just using some new variable zeta. Okay. To represent that. Zeta to represent that. Okay. Zeta is also a vector. Now this, you know that the cross product is always perpendicular to that. So you see there is only vorticity in this direction. If you are considering this 2D, this x and y, then you have this. Okay. So you got this equation for vorticity. Now this is vorticity in 2D. Vorticity in 2D. Okay. Now we got one equation for vorticity. Similarly, Let us try to get equation for stream function. So we know that these stream functions are defined like this. So in case of u, this stream function del psi del y, and v will be defined as negative of del psi del x. Okay. So if you substitute this in this g, then your stream function can become g equals to del x. Now v is your negative del psi del x and negative del y. U is your del psi del y. So you can write it like negative del square psi del x square and negative del square psi del y square. Okay. So this is like, you can write this equation like del square psi del x square plus del square psi del y square minus is equal to minus. Okay. So we got equation in terms of stream function and vorticity. This is a stream function. This is a vorticity. Okay. So if this is a equation, then how many variables are there? Psi and zeta. So if there is one equation and two variables, this is not solvable. So we need one more equation which can allow us to find out the value of zeta, this vorticity. Okay, now we got equation for stream function. We need an equation which will give us this zeta. Okay. So to do that, you have to use the definition of this theta, and you have to do some cross differentiation. Okay, with equation 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Now, if you are considering 2D and assuming that this equations are now in 2D, then if I write this 2D equations, then I can remove this. I can remove this. And the third thing. And this is not there in 2D. Let us focus on 2D. This stream function is only defined for 2D. And that is the limitation of this method. Even though it neglects the pressure term, its problem is this. So what you can do, so here you have to make an arrangement such a way that you get zeta here. So how do you do that? Suppose we differentiate equation 2 by del by equation 3 by del x. Okay. Now suppose you do del by del x of this whole equation and del by del y of this equation, and then you do subtraction. So del by del x of this 3 minus del by del y of 2. Okay. If you do this, then you will get an equation. So if you do that, then you get an equation which I will just write here, which will be del t, and here there will be terms like del v del x minus del u del y Okay, plus del x plus del x del u v del x minus del uu del uu del uu del y. U and similarly for del y, you can have del v v del x minus del u v del y. And you will see that the pressure terms will cancel each other. So pressure terms will appear like this: del 2p del x del y del x del y, okay, plus 1 by rho del 2p del x del y. So this will get cancelled out, and find in the third term you will get nu d2 dx, and you will get another term here like u and then zeta. So uv del x minus del u del y, that u plus del, okay, then this u will not come. I just only, okay, so this is del 2 del y2, you will get another term like this: del v del x minus del u del y, and close. So you see everywhere now these are nothing but the bracketed terms. Bracketed terms are nothing but zeta. Okay. I mean, here you will have a little modification. Here you will have little modification. You will have to take u out. Okay. So you will have to take u out. So I'm just writing u and v out here. Pressure get cancels, and this is zeta, and this is. So finally, your equation looks like this: u del zeta del x plus v del zeta del y is equals to nu del square del x square zeta plus nu del square zeta del y square. You see, it is a convection diffusion equation. This is your convection term. This is your diffraction term. This is new. This is new. This is u and v. Okay. So from this equation, you can calculate the value of zeta. But you should again know the value of u and v. Okay. Again, you should know the value of u and v. something is solved, but something is remain unsolved. So there is a way of solving. So how we can do it? You can assume some value of zeta and then calculate the value of psi. From this equation, calculate the value of psi. And once you calculate the values of psi, you calculate the values of u and v. Because we know the relationship between u and v, through that you can calculate u and v, and then finally you can calculate this zeta. Okay, so this is one method where this zeta stream function vorticity formulation is used, where pressure is removed. But the limitation is, this is only limitation is, I'm just writing limitations and then we'll stop. Okay, applicable for 2D only. Applicable for 2D. Okay, but the advantage is that it doesn't have any assumption on pressure. Okay, so pressure term goes and continuity term is not coming here. Okay, so if you substitute in a continuity equation, the continuity equation del u del x plus del v del y, so you will obtain that it is nothing but just a del psi square. So it is identically satisfied. So nothing is there. So continuity equation gone. So there is no continuity equation in stream function vorticity formulation. We have only equation for stream function and then equation for vorticity. We solve this and we get the values of uv after getting the values of psi and zeta. Okay, that is how we calculate uv after calculating psi and zeta. Okay, thank you.